The sleep news for this week includes, well, what have we been catching this week? How did Valentine's go? We're pretty much at the end of the run right now, so we can recap how it went. And some Valentine's surprise news. Did you get something good? I got something good. A work of art and our Pokemon Day predictions. It's coming up soon, the end of the month. Get excited. And then for our deep dive, we'll be looking in depth at Luis's style of gameplay.
That works too. So I've been at the cave. How about that? Because of this event and a brand new Pokemon Wooper and Clodsire being into the game, I wanted to see how far I can go there. Plus, I had a goal in mind to actually power up the dessert as much as possible, the brand new one. So I have made this dish 17 times since its actual debut.
Oh my, 17 times? What if they did Rayquaza, Groudon, and Kyogre?
I would love to see them in the game.
So innocent and yet so dastardly.
Good morning, Pokemon Sleep researchers, and welcome to episode 16 of Sleep It Off. This episode is brought to you by our amazing community on Patreon. Everything we do here on the Pokemon Professor Network is powered by you, our incredible supporters. Woohoo! You can join our community for as little as $1 a month and unlock access to exclusive perks, including our Patreon-only Discord, a fantastic space filled with even more fantastic people. Today is Saturday, February 15, 2025, and as always, I'm one of your hosts, Luis. Joining me, my co-host, Justin. Get comfortable because we got an exciting episode ahead, back with everything you need to sleep like a Snorlax.
All right, sleep like a Snorlax. You mean you're going to feed me, right?
Yes. Let me go ahead and get all the cacao that I need for today.
Yeah. Give me that Clodsire cream puff.
Yes. It's been...
How's that been going for you? I know you've been working on it.
Oh, yeah. I literally probably only almost every single meal this week, which is actually amazing. The Clodsire Eclair, the brand new dish that requires 102 dishes, is now at level 56 by the end of today.
Oh man.
I worked on it really hard. I probably only had the chance of doing it. There's only like one or two chances I haven't had the chance to do it because I didn't get the cacao needed at the time. But with the flour gift macarons just being right next to it, it's fine too. So
yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Yes.
So the sleep news for this week includes, well, what have we been catching this week? How did Valentine's go? We're pretty much at the end of the run right now, so we can recap how it went. And some Valentine's surprise news. Did you get something good? I got something good. A work of art and our Pokemon Day predictions. It's coming up soon, the end of the month. Get excited. And then for our deep dive, we'll be looking in depth at Luis's style of gameplay, as well as the game Dex Detective.
Woo! I hope you're ready to guess.
All right, Luis. So do us all a favor, bring up your screen.
Yes.
Let us see, what have you been catching? You know, I know you probably transferred some of them, but how's the week gone? What have you been doing? What island did you go to? What have you been cooking? Apparently a lot of Clodsire cream puffs.
Well, it's a little sneak peek there anyways.
Eclair.
Eclair, you're right. So I went to Tapu Hollow. Tapu? Yeah, that's how it works, right?
Taupe Hollow.
I'll eventually get the name right, don't worry.
You know, we can just call it Tapu Hollow.
That works too. So I've been at the cave. How about that? But yeah, this is one of the islands. I never really touch it too much anymore, but because of this event and a brand new Pokemon Wooper and Clodsire being into the game, I wanted to see how far I can go there. Plus, I had a goal in mind to actually power up the dessert as much as possible, the brand new one. So I have made this dish 17 times and since its actual debut.
Oh my, 17 times?
Yes, you can see on the screen right now that I have a lot of the other ingredients except one specific one right now.
Cacao.
And you would think that I had a lot of cacao with all the investments on different Blastoise that we do. Now,
Man, you're doing so well. Honey, I understand if you have a good Venusaur or Heracross.
hmm
Coffee, that's pretty impressive. You must have a good Vikavolt.
yes, I got it
The
level 30
milk,
something. So
I
yeah,
assume you have a mono milk Blastoise.
almost mono, but it is at a level where it gets double the ingredients. So it's
Okay.
AAB. So
And then you're just really lacking cacao. But
which
that's
I
still impressive. You made it that many times.
yes. At the same time, let's see what I got from here. I got a good chunk of Woopers and Quagsires, actually, now that I think about it. I've been focusing mostly on that, but you can also see the nice little shiny Eevee I got today.
Oh, a
Well,
shiny Eevee. Oh,
yeah.
man. I'm so jealous. Wait, you got that today?
No, that was like a couple of days ago.
Oh, okay.
I wanted to
But
tease you.
still.
Yeah.
Ooh, main skill chance down. Not great.
Yeah,
But,
unfortunately.
you got some extra Eevee candies. Just evolve one to a shiny that you like, I guess. I don't know.
There's
Probably won't use
one.
it.
Yeah, I won't use it at all. I mean, I can probably just have it for the research experience bonuses. That will kind of help out a lot, but it's not gonna really
Yeah.
amplify my gameplay in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah. Hmm. Oh,
Uh
still cool.
yes. So
I see you've
then,
been catching a lot of Wooper and Clodsire.
yeah, one of the Clodsires basically is an evolve one because I needed the cacao so badly. But yeah, as you can see, an ABC for the very first one.
Not great.
Nope, nope. It does have ingredient finder though on level 10.
That
Plus,
is good. Yeah, that is what you want.
yes. So I'm not powering this up, but I am keeping it because I need the actual team right now, the cacaos. Um, then I think this Clodsire was actually a Clodsire already when it caught it. So yeah,
Oh, actually, man, another ABC list. Otherwise, those sub skills are pretty decent. Helping
yes,
bonus, inventory up M, ingredient finder M. Yeah, speed of help down. But
mm,
the other ones are good enough.
yes. I would have been happy if this was at least an AAB or something like that, or AAC. I wouldn't mind having a different one, but of course I'm looking
Yeah.
for the mono. Surprisingly, having a mono cacao whooper, or I'm sorry, Clocksire, actually does help out a ton in this kind of situations. So next on the list, another ABC. Unfortunately,
Man, you and these ABCs.
I know it's been
Is
my
it
bane of
easy
existence.
as 1, 2, 3?
Yes, basically. I did catch a Sableye.
Sableye.
I
Was
think
it
it was
hungry?
yes, it was hungry, so I gave
Okay,
him
I was
bonuses.
like, why did you catch a Sableye?
Unfortunately, it has main skill chance down, so this Sableye is probably gonna go into the
Yeah.
briner
If you
pretty
don't
soon.
know, Sableye's main skill is Dream Shard Magnet S, which is kind of an untapped skill in the game. A lot of people don't really use it. It just wasn't as competitive as the other main skills.
hmm
So it's kind of just an unutilized one.
Correct. Another Wooper.
Any good? Another ABC. Oh my goodness.
I know, I know. It does have substantial good sub skills.
Oh yeah, skill level up, man. Helping speed M is good. Speed of help up nature good. Ingredient finder S good.
Yeah, so it has subpar skills, but of course ABC is not what I'm looking for.
Yeah, you're just not going to use it.
This for Goku is pretty nice though.
AAB. Do you need Apple help?
Well, the other Skeledirge, which is of course what I evolved from another Fuecoco that I had at the time, it's a mono one. Though the
Uh huh.
sub skills are not as sparse as this one. This one at least gives me the right ingredients until up to level 30. So if I need the apples, I could probably use this if necessarily, mostly because the sub skills are really, really good anyways. Uh,
Yeah, something to note, trainers. if if you don't need the third ingredient, only take it to level 30 and pretty much just leave it there. And if it gains levels over time, great, but don't power it up unless it's like a make or break skill at level 50.
Mm-hmm. That's true. Yeah, at this point, this is basically just a mono apple farmer at level 30. And after that,
Mhm.
whatever level it gets after that, it should be fine. I mean, it doesn't need to be level 16, it doesn't need to be level 50. So we're good at
Yeah.
that point. Last but not least, the last Wooper I caught today. Finally, something outside of the
AAP.
ABC. So,
Nice.
yes, starting out strong with Ingredient Finder S. Everything else could be a little bit better. But having the double cacao at level 30 and Ingredient Finder S really makes this a really strong candidate for something I can use for a while. Since apparently I can't get mono Pokemons in my game.
Oh.
So currently, I am running a full team where it gives me a little bit of energy. I'm still working on my Palmy.
Oh, your little pet project.
Yes, my little pet project. It is currently at 527 sleep hours.
Nice.
Little by little, it's getting
So it
there.
has the second little ribbon. Click on the ribbon.
Yes.
Sweet. Carry limit plus 3.
hmm And it has the little
Frequency
bonus up
shortened
there.
11%.
It's actually been doing a lot better now that the frequency is a little shorter. The carry limit could be a little bit better, but that's one that I'm less worried about it because once I evolve it, it will have the carry limit that I need. So, and then of course, this is the Blastoise that I've been using with Cacao. As you can see, it doesn't give me Cacao every single one of them.
Yeah. Oh, I was like, why aren't you taking it to 60? Oh, it's more milk and you need the cacao.
Yep, yep. But as you can see, I'm running a full team of Woopers and Clodsires now too because I do need the Cacao
Have
for
you thought
later.
about sub-skilling that Blastoise to get it to M?
I have not really necessary. No, actually, I can't.
Oh, I didn't see that at level 100.
hmm
Dang.
I know that you kind of like blur out 100, a level 100, and level 75, but that's the only
Yeah,
reason why.
they don't exist to me.
But yeah, that's basically my team. That's what we've been getting. That's not a bad haul. I'm hoping for a few other things. However, my sleep decks have been getting pretty substantially big since the last few introductions. I'm at
Very nice.
79%.
79. Sweet.
I think I completed. I haven't completed, but I got most of Clodsires.
That's how I am too. 1, 2, and 4.
Yeah, and that's because of a good sleep day. Actually, I did get a couple of Skeletors entries in the last few ones,
Sweet.
so it's pretty nice. Then after that, what else did I get? I don't think I remember getting much more. I think I finished the Quagsire line too recently.
The mud float seat. Pretty good.
hmm Yeah, that's pretty much it on that. I mean, happy to know that I have everything I need so far, and I'm 100% in my current way of playing. I am ranked 17 right now as I'm recording of this podcast. So by the
Oh,
time,
Master 17. That's pretty good.
hmm that
Dang, your
dish,
score is so much higher than mine.
and you're in Greengrass, right?
Yeah, well, I'm also not using good camp tickets, so I'm having to. Anytime I want to do a big dish, I gotta expand it or double expand it for the
Right.
Clodsire cream puff.
One last thing that I forgot to see here. Oh, yep. My dream shards. I have 549.
Oh my! What are you saving them for?
A good Pokemon to invest it all into.
Yeah. Oh, that's probably just like one Pokemon going to level 60.
Basically, man. But yeah, that's been my catches. Everything else, I'm hoping to reach as close as Masters 20 as I can for tomorrow, which is tomorrow is the big day for all dishes. We'll see how it
Yeah.
goes.
All right. Let's talk about what did I do. So unfortunately, Luis, you won't be able to see this, but right now I'm rocking my Aggron team with my level 60 Blastoise, my level 50 Gardevoir, my level 40 Vikavolt, and my level 40 Skeledirge. Let's see, what was I trying to save for? I was saving for Zingzap Spiced Cola,
Yep.
which we've been mixing around. What I've been cooking this week: Zingzap Spiced Cola, Flower Gift Macaroons, Clodsire Eclair, and the Tea Time Corn Scones. They're all relatively close to each other in regards to power level, and just based off the ingredients I get, a lot of times I'm like, it's easier for me to go to pivot to another recipe rather than just keep doing the same one over and over again. So
Right.
yeah, it's kind of interesting, right? Now,
Hmm.
I would like to do more of the Clodsire Claire, but even with my level 7 Flareon, it's 102 ingredients. So I have to double expand pot. Because 31 plus the max pot of 69 only gets you to 100, and it takes 102.
So you need two skill triggers for that to happen.
Yeah, so I either have to have Flareon double trigger or run 2 expand potters. So I run my Glaceon, and then if I'm desperate enough, I put in my Magnezone. It's not as high of a expand potter, but it still does something.
It gets you to the goal to get to that
Yes.
point.
Yes. And then, so what have been my catches? We'll go to most recent. I have not caught as many as Luis has. My first catch of the week was a Growlithe of all things
Okay.
because I messed up. I was trying to do a nap session and do a Wooper, Paladin Wooper incense, but A, it was too early for it, so I couldn't use the incense. And B, I must have somehow moved during my nap session, so it only registered as a power of 2.
Ooh.
Or
Yeah.
so, like I was like, oh great, but I got a Growlithe in it, and I was like, heck yeah! It's not that great. It's research exp bonus, inventory up L, helping speed M, skill trigger M's at 100, not great, but it does have speed of help up, nature, so decent. Am I going to invest in it? I don't know. I already have like a level 50 Arcanine that I'm not really using. So then my first Wooper of the week was AAC with energy recovery bonus, skill trigger, inventory up. It does have an ingredient finding up nature, but I don't really need cacaos because I've double invested in Blastoise with cacao focus. One of them is because it had really good sub skills and was one of my early catches in 2023. The other one is shiny, so I'm like, I gotta invest. It's got ingredient finder M. I have to invest in it. I have to have at least one good shiny.
I agree. I agree.
So my next Wooper is ABB, which is what I want. Cacao, coffee, coffee. It has double inventory up, skill trigger, but an ingredient finding down nature. So
Ooh.
pass.
Mm. So
Whamp.
close. So close.
I caught a Diglett because I was hoping to get double leaks, ABB double leaks, and it has okay sub skills, has decent sub skills with helping bonus, helping speed, ingredient finder S, but has ingredient finding down, and it's AAB. So not what I want. I don't
Right.
need more tomatoes.
That's true.
This one, I think we have a winner. It is a Wooper with ABB, which is what I want. Helping speed S, helping speed M, inventory up large, with a speed of help up nature. I put it in Rain and X, and do you know what it said? For coffee, it is the 95th percentile of coffee getter.
Ah.
So I'm like, dang, maybe I invest in this guy. And
Yes.
I like this. So if you're listening, there's a difference between helping speed, and ingredient finding. The It's nice to have helping speed for something like Wooper because it's such a slow Pokemon to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
While ingredient finder just increases the ratio of ingredients to berries. So I'm okay with the triple helping speed up, plus the increased pot size at level 50. I'm probably going to invest in this. I don't have the dream shards right now. I'm sitting at, if I were to do it, I'm sitting at 125,000, which is better than I thought, but
Yeah.
still not great.
Nah, nothing compared to what I got right now. So
Oh, I also caught a fully evolved Meowscarada.
was it hungry?
It was hungry, and I was like, a lot of times, if it's something like this and it's hungry, I will give it a Poke Biscuit,
Mm-hmm.
and it just happened to crit. I was like,
Ah,
all right, we got it.
surprisingly, I had the similar moments with a couple of Pokemons in my sleep research, and I'm just like, oh, you're hungry. Okay, let me give you the bonus biscuit just to catch you already because you're gonna be, you're gonna crit to get that, and it just like, oop, it crits completely. I'm like, ah, great. I could have just given you.
Yeah, so it's got helping speed, skill trigger, which are both good because as the cooking power up main skill, and helping bonus, but it has ingredient finding down, which is not great, and it's ABC, not great. I'm looking for a milk focused Meowscarada.
Right.
Plus, it has the decreased pot size because it's fully evolved when I caught it, so I'm not going to invest in it.
Correct.
And then I caught my last catch, which was, I think, today. Yeah, February 15th. Was an AAC Clodsire evolved. And it has Helping Speed M, Ingredient Finder S, Helping Speed S with Ingredient Finding Up Nature.
Ooh, now that I want.
So, yeah, I don't need more cacao,
I
but I'm
know.
definitely saving it.
Hmm.
So, we'll see.
I mean that Clodsire Eclair is really, really daunting on the cacao, so that could really be your extra push to cacao if you need to.
Yeah. And so we'll just go through some of my teams real quick. I've been kind of flexing them in and around. I haven't been super keeping up with the teams, but I've
Also,
had Aggron.
I do want to mention something real quick before you
Yeah.
continue. Clodsire giving you both two of the ingredients that you need for
Mhm.
that specific dish is actually does help out a lot more than you think.
Yeah.
I mean, you can focus on the cacao or you can focus on the coffee, but definitely have it in your team if you are going to plan of making that dish the most.
Noted. But yeah. So Aggron, Vikavolt, Gardevoir, Skeledirge, Blastoise. My expand pot team is Flareon, Glaceon, and then I also needed eggs. So I would do Abomasnow and Delibird with my healer. And this is just a overnight get more ingredients team plus some berries with Aggron, Raichu, Double Blastoise, and Vikavolt. And then this, yeah, just more cacao, eggs, and then double expand pot.
Hmm.
So those have been some of my teams.
Sounds good.
Yeah, I'm at Master 16 at 1.7 million. I'm not running a good camp ticket this week. And since I knew there was like no shot I was going to make Master 20, I've just been kind of taking it casual this week. And like, obviously cooking, doing all the things, but I wasn't like all right, we got to like do it, rewind the clock, but put in that thing, try and like boost up the score as much, use helping whistles. We're not doing any of that stuff this week.
No.
If I'm going to do that, I'm going to use a camping ticket. I did not have a camping ticket because my premium pass is not renewed yet for the month. I had the gems, but I'd rather have the item and Pokemon storage space than spending the 500 gems on a camping ticket.
Yeah.
So I said, forget it.
Yeah. No, that's pretty good. If it's just gonna be a chill week afterwards, it's fine. Just the introduction of new Pokemon and catching new things is fine. But yeah, I'm hoping for an Entei for the end of the week. So we'll see how it goes. Because I do want to see an Entei. It's been a while since I see one, and I think no, I will need a Master Biscuit, which I can get. It's not bad. How's your sleep points going?
I actually think they've been so generous with sleep points
Mhm.
recently. Let's look. I'm over 4,000, so I could buy a Master Biscuit. And I have an Entei and a Suicune Incense I have not used.
Mhm.
I've debated using them, but I'm like, no, I'm
Nah.
waiting for a week where I'm like super high strength score and can possibly get that 3-star style that I'm missing.
Yes.
So I'm just kind of waiting for the time to be right, and the time just hasn't been right yet.
I mean, do you want to know how many sleep points do I have?
Sure.
I got 12,947 right now.
Do you not spend them?
I usually just spend them on the Pokeballs and the Great Balls, or biscuits, as you say. Every now and then, I get a couple other like items that I need, but I don't need any of the evolution items. I don't need any of the. I guess the candy I could probably get, but there's really no reason to me for me to spend much of the sleep points currently.
Hmm.
I could
I
get the
get the
subskit skills, but
I get
eh,
the sub skill seed and the main skill seed every month.
okay,
Well, in the premium one because it's affordable.
and cheaper.
They now have it in the regular store. They have a sleep point one where you can get the main skill seed, but it's like 3,600 points. I'm like, no,
Yeah, no,
no.
definitely not. I could get all the 30 Poke Biscuits right now, but I have over 40 right now. So like I've been catching a lot more than I do think. It's definitely been a slower weeks for the last few times. And I have
Hmm.
plenty of Pokeballs, especially because of the depths and all that. Anyhow, I think we got some good gameplay in for this week. Hopefully we'll meet our goals for the end of the week and see how we get or what we get, really. But it's time some sleep news.
Time for the news.
All right. Well, we get we got a bit of surprise from the developers. I guess they really do love us so much that they had to give us something on Valentine's Day, right?
Yes.
So, what do we get from them? And by the way, make sure that you log in as soon as possible to get this. I think we got a little bit of time still. Thank you for playing Pokemon Sleep. We're sending out a special gift to commemorate the start of the Valentine's Day 2025 event. You can accept it by tapping on the gift box icon upper right of the in-game menu.
Yes. Hopefully you know where that is. That's how they give out all of their free gifts.
Yes. So we're getting, or at least we got already, soothing cacaos. We got 20 of them. That's pretty nice, right?
Yeah.
Rousing coffee, 20 of them. That's a really hard item for people
Yeah,
to.
that's great for the average trainer.
Yes. Especially if you really haven't unlocked the coffees. That will be the first time you unlock it. That's pretty good. They get 20
Hmm.
diamonds technically, or 20 diamonds from unlocking it. So that's pretty good too. We got 5 Poke Biscuits. Always nice to get those. And we also got 5 ingredient tickets.
Nice.
This applies to players who log in before March 3rd at 2300 p.m., which is 11 p.m. Yeah,
Oh,
11.
it changed. mine's 10 p.m.
Oh, yeah, actually, I see that now. Why is it doing this?
Well, it's based off your local time. I'm Texas time.
Yeah, but is it like 1 day difference? A 1 hour difference? Yeah, it's 1 hour difference.
No, it's the same time. Yours is Eastern time.
Mine is Eastern, yours
Central.
Central. So yeah, to your what, an hour, 2 hours difference?
Hour
Then there you go. See?
behind.
Okay. Welcome to that. I remember that last time we were crazy about that. But yes, so it's always nice. I do think the developers are always very generous on giving us specific items or specific needs for the game, the gameplay, and everything. It's not like they're really making a lot of out of us unless you're wailing on it, but they really care about their player base. They send out what's necessary at the time.
Hmm.
So, so at the same time, they do like they've been like posting a lot on social media this last few days, haven't they? I've been getting notification from there on X every single time.
Yeah. Oh, this is incredible.
Yes.
So for Valentine's Day, they made the actual dessert, the Clodsire eclair. So this is just on X, and they probably posted to the other platforms, but it's pretty great.
It actually makes me want to make it.
It's very cute. It's very well done. Doesn't it make you just want to eat it?
Yes, I like chocolate. Now I don't know about
Oh,
eating a Clodsire though.
yeah. Hopefully, it's not poisoned.
Yeah, that's true. It's a poison type. I would have loved that if they also like make the little spikes come out too, or just make a little spikes from the desserts. That would have been cool too.
Yeah.
So that's cute. Very very
It
cute.
is very cute, and I like how they added the music to it for the cooking.
Yes. All right, Justin. How about we take a break before we finish up this part?
All right, we'll take a break.
We'll be back right after this. Good afternoon, and welcome back to Sleep It Off. Are you well rested? Did you take your nap?
I did.
While you
I
have
took my
coffee?
nap session, got a good sleep score, and we're ready for round two.
Yeah, there we go. That's what we want to do. All right. Well, before we continue, we do have some housekeeping for everybody. We want to take a moment to recognize some of our Patreons. Huge thank to our gym leaders Ben, DJ Wonderbread, Esper, Espion Willow, GK, Hall the Counselor, Joseph, Kimberly, Matty G, Nugget Dude, and Sushi Slayer. Special thanks to the executive producers on the network, Monkey Bread, Kate the Cons, and Lasso Boss. If you're interested to becoming the executive producer of our show, let us know. We really appreciate it. It helps out us a lot, really. With tiers as low as $1 a month, you can support a collective of hardworking part-time creators that have a passion for Pokemon and podcasting here at the Pokemon Professor Network. Hit us up on patreon.com/Pokemon Professor. You can enjoy other podcasts on the network like Lure Up, Special Conditions, Gotta Watch Them All, Waste Butters, Purify, Good Morning Johto, and After Dark Ray. Make sure you check us out at PokemonProfessor.com for links to anywhere you can connect with us, grab some merch, and leave us some reviews. Anywhere you can, of course. 5 stars are the best stars.
Yeah, and also, we're trying to promote the YouTube. Click like and subscribe. It's not that hard. You've heard it 1,000 times, but it's a tried and true method. Like and subscribe,
You
so
can
that
also
way
smash the
other
like
people
button.
can enjoy. Other people can enjoy the show.
And do you remember the good old times where YouTube they will just be like, smash that like button and everything like that? I'm like, really, bro?
Yeah, I'm just like it was just like I'm like having PTSD about it.
I know, right? Jeez. That is for sure.
And
All
now
right.
we are those people.
Yeah, no, it took a bit, but yes. All right, so I wanted to talk about real quick about what's coming up in the next few weeks. Mostly because I feel like we won't get too many things to talk about until that specific day.
Mm-hmm.
What is it that we're hinting at here, Justin?
I don't know.
Oops. Pokemon Day.
Yes. Oh, there's so many things. The Switch 2 is confirmed, but not fully announced for this year. So there's likely another Pokemon game coming. There's likely they for Pokemon Day they always promote something for each of the games. I'm sure they'll They always do something for Pokemon Go. I'm sure they'll probably do something for Pokemon Sleep, especially now that it's part of it, the Pokemon Company. It's Ilka that's working on it now, and not just who was the previous people. I'm blanking.
Uh Select button.
Select button.
Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, I want to make some predictions of what to see, comparing a little bit to last year's, because we're 1.5 years into this game, a little bit more now, and what we really got was actually pretty interesting. Not game breaking, because the legendaries that we got now are probably never going to be used anytime soon. But in Pokemon Day, they definitely announced, at least for Pokemon Sleep, that we got the brand new legendaries, the legendary beast, Raikou entering Suicune for the first time. Being our
Oh, that's when they announced it.
hmm
Oh, so actually, I was thinking like, all right, Luis, why'd you put this in the notes? I'm not really like, we might get some like, great, we get some candy, we get some biscuits, great. But you
they
think you think they're gonna introduce some new legendaries?
it's possible. It's really, really possible.
Oh, ooh, that has me excited.
hmm
So, let's think about this.
Well, let's get the tinfoil hat like our friend Lorab does, and see if we can
Yes.
predict anything similar to it. They definitely, I mean, they teased a few things in the last few months, saying what they're planning for the future of the game. I think one of them was they were gonna introduce a brand new mechanic in the game that will let us have like a small mini game that you can earn rewards and things like that in the game. Do you remember something
Hmm.
like that? Do you remember that they announced something like
No,
that? Yeah,
I do not remember that.
yeah, I don't remember exactly where I saw it. I just know that it said something like, in this few updates, or I think it was during the maintenance update, one of the maintenance updates. They say that we're trying to prepare Pokemon Sleep for future uh,
Hmm.
events and future things that we're planning to do. One of them being like a mini game. That mini game, we
Yeah.
don't know exactly what they're gonna do, and I think we talked about it. I want to say maybe 4 or 5 episodes ago, but it does come to think. It's like, is this part of the game going to expand from the usual gameplay that we already have, or they're just gonna introduce more things like the brand new legendaries or things like that?
Yeah, which for the average person, the gameplay isn't super complicated. You click your ingredients, you cook your pot, you research the Pokemon, you go on to the next thing. People like Luis and myself, we'd like to like inspect our box. All right. I know I've looked at this like guy like 3 times, but now the fourth time, should I invest a bunch of resources into this guy?
Yeah,
I don't know. So, it'd be fun to like interact with the game in another way besides just waiting and collecting.
true. Because the game itself only has the sleep mechanic, the catch mechanic, and basically the collective mechanic. That's really there's not
Yeah.
much to it. I mean, yes, you can strive to get better ranks and things like that, but there's really not a reason to, since getting even to Master 20 in the islands don't review give you much of a power up on any other sort of things. I've seen so many people get to Master 20 and they're like, "This is my spawns. Why do I feel like I'm on like rank Ultra One or something?"
Yeah, it's like it's weird. It's diminishing returns after a certain point.
Correct. So now personally, I haven't reached Master 20 in any of the islands, even Greengrass. It's not
Nope, I think
easy
the
getting there.
closest I've gotten is 18.
I think it's 19 for me, but I'll check my game well. You probably will too. But again, to segue back into Pokemon Day definitely will announce some teasers of what Pokemon Sleep is gonna have in the next few months. Especially since the more closer we get to the second year anniversary, the more things that Pokemon Company, Pokemon Works, or Ilka will be announcing for the game itself. We did have somewhat of a break in between legendary releases. I know Suicune was the very first one that came out. Then we took like a month off for something going on in the middle of the summer, and then we went into Raikou and Entei, or Entei and Raikou after that.
Yeah.
So, which again, exciting to know that legendaries can still be part of this. We can have many other different types of sleep Pokemons introduced into the game that will personally will like, especially legendaries. But it really depends on how they're gonna work it out into the game. Plus new abilities, which they are working on brand new abilities almost every single time they release a Pokemon.
All right, so enough blabber.
Ah,
What legendary do you think is coming to the game?
interesting. I still want Darkrai and Cresselia though.
Oh, that's what you think
Yeah.
because of the whole dream sleep thing.
Mm.
See, I would agree, but the legendary beast had no theming
Corresponds
with
to it.
that.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
And I was like, all right, so do they go the Gen 1 route and do Mew and Mewtwo? I'm like, no, because like they're like, you really can only have one of those. Catching a bunch of them would be weird. So then I'm like, all right, let's see, a trio. What if they did Rayquaza, Groudon, and Kyogre?
I would love to see them in the game with special
They
abilities.
are a tier above the
Hmm.
legendary beasts. So there's also like a Zelf, Mesprit, Uxie, but let's be honest, they're not super desirable. You want people to play the game,
Mm.
and it's more towards Pokemon Sleep is more towards Gen 1ers, Gen 2, not really about later bizarre stuff.
I
The
mean, we got
Swords of
Gen 9 and
Justice
Gen.
is cool.
That's cool. I mean, they are kind of like, pets in that sense because
Mhm.
they're walking forward and everything. Keldeo is also an interesting Pokemon to introduce into the game
Yeah.
just for that reason alone. But it would really depend. It's really there's so many possibilities. I mean,
And maybe the new mechanic is like, some sort of mega evolution or something.
hmm yeah. Oh, dude, can you imagine a Mega Gallade or Mega Gardevoir just like sitting there and just like heal the entire team
Yeah.
constantly through the game or something? It's like they have like area of effect or something. They change their main skills to a more powerful version of it or something. I don't know
Hmm.
how much powerful you can get from healing yourself. So, but yes, many possibilities, many things. And again, it's a tinfoil hat discussion. I know that a lot of people are always excited for things. I technically can know something that's going to happen pretty very soon, but that's gonna wait until it gets announced, and then Justin will talk about
Looking at
it.
leaks again.
Yeah, yeah. Don't look at leaks, brother, or at least don't go to
I
Reddit
I
anytime soon.
don't. I don't. I
Well,
don't use Reddit
I
either.
just I just stumbled into it when I was just going to Reddit because I wanted to see what shinies people were getting, but I was like, okay.
Yeah. It's so
um,
innocent and yet so dastardly.
yes, yes, but yeah, I feel like that's the end of that. But however, if people want to, discuss more about what may actually come to fruition in the next week or so, let us know. We would really appreciate it because we want to continue the discussion in some ways, and then we'll definitely talk about what's going to happen once that day comes around. I'm also
All
excited
right.
about many other main series games. Sorry, but yes.
Okay, let's do Dream Dex Detective first, and then we'll end on the deep dive of your style of gameplay.
All right. Welcome back to Dream Dex Detective, everybody.
And Justin, remember to insert sound effect right here.
All right. So it's time for Justin to guess. This is the last entry that I made him aware of.
All right. I'm going to read it aloud to myself.
All right.
It picks fights indiscriminately and grows stronger and more powerful each time it faints. Although quite rare, you may see a sleeping one that looks like it's about to cry. It could be challenging a strong opponent in its dreams. Hmm.
This is a little bit tougher than most.
All right. Okay, I'm going to bring up the sleep decks. I mean, not the, you know what I mean. Like what ones are in there.
Yeah, yeah, that list sleep text is fine.
I'm definitely thinking fighting. I still think Mankey, but I'm looking through this list. I'm like, is there anything else?
Would you like a hint though?
Let's see. And it gets up and gets stronger. I'm thinking Mankey or Heracross.
Hmm.
There's Vigoroth, but no. All right. Give me a hint.
It's not a fighting type. That was your first hint.
Okay, let me go back to it. I gotta find it again. Each time it faints.
It's a really interesting one that this Pokemon
A
has this
sleeping
entry.
one looks like it's about to cry. Like I am. Oh nope. I was gonna say beware, but that's. I mean, it's Stuffle, but that's fighting type.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I am like stumped here.
I could give you an easier hint.
Let's
Technically, it's the
see.
second one, so yeah.
Yeah, I'll take an easier hint.
It's a new one, recently introduced into the game.
Wooper.
Is that your final answer?
That doesn't make sense. I disagree. If it's freaking Paldean Wooper, I'm gonna be upset. uh,
So it's not fighting, and it has been recently been introduced into the game.
I'm gonna go with. Oh my gosh, I just have no idea.
You want the final hint? This one will give
All
it
right, I'm
away.
just gonna say Palmot.
Eh.
Man, I have no idea.
Yeah, I was actually surprised when I read this. I didn't think most of anybody who listens to it will probably get it unless they really look into the decks. But
Mhm.
it's actually Rufflet.
What?
Yep.
Rufflet?
Yep. The little the
I
little
mean, I guess I could. I disagree. I disagree with this.
Well, I mean, as a bird, it still fights other things, but you
And
know.
that's it. That's the last time we have Sleep Dex Detective. Hope you enjoyed it.
All right.
I'm kidding.
Oh man.
Well, I chose what I think is an easier one for you.
All
So the
right.
one for next week. This Pokemon instinctively swallows everything whole and also has a poor memory. On very rare occasions, it goes to sleep with prey too large to swallow still stuck in its throat, but no one knows why, because even Blank itself has forgotten the reason.
Sounds like a very forgetful Pokemon that I'm thinking of with that has a some of coloring that I
Some
know.
coloring.
Some
That's very
color.
descriptive.
Well, I mean, I'm not trying to get away either, so especially because there is one Pokemon that I'm thinking of the most since it just forgets itself and has a big mouth when it wants to.
Mhm.
There's about two of them at what I think I can think of, but I'm definitely thinking of the first one more.
All right. That'll
Hmm.
be next time. So let's
Yes.
move on. Luis, bring back your screen again.
All right, give me a second here. Yeah, that for some reason my Wi-Fi goes off. Oh no, it's on. Okay, so maybe I just need this. Why is it not working? Oh, there it goes. Well, that didn't work the way that I want to. Okay, hang on. There it goes. All right. So here it is. All right. So for this week's deep dive, I wanted to go into individual sleep gameplay in the other day. So I wanted
And
to show
how
you.
Luis plays the game.
Yes. So since I have been playing this game for over a year now, I technically have almost anything that I need to be able to make the dishes necessary or go to any of the islands necessary to play the game. The first thing that I go, of course, is I choose my island. Um, my goals are usually to get the island power to go above and beyond. So I do choose the hardest one that has been introduced at the time or half unlocked at the time. Um, so most of the time I go to OGBP unless there's an event going on. And let me take that off. Thank you. So at first I pick the island and then I go ahead and pick that island. So I go out GPP. I am actually, for you guys' information, I have been going there almost every single time and I'm at 60%.
Oh, nice. I think I'm at like 20,
Yeah.
maybe
So
25.
I've been literally sitting at OGBP since its introduction, unless the event tells me to go somewhere else. But you can see I reached Master 7. I think that's not naturally, though. I think that was because of an event, too.
Unnaturally.
Unnaturally. But
Enhanced.
yes. You can also see my other islands, 65% on Lapis. I spent most of the time in there before OGB was around. 60% on Snowdrop. This is one of the islands that I usually won't be at because there wasn't much to collect until just recently. 70% for Tapu Hollow. 65 on the Cyan Beach. And of course, 70% for Greengrass. So again, I usually go to the strongest island and then I pick the team. Whatever I actually have for meals is usually what predicts my team is. If I can make one of the most common dishes at the high level. So let's say if I get the certs, if I'm not running a good camping ticket, currently I can make the Jigglypuff flan pretty easily without having any issues. But now I know that I can do the tea time corns pretty easily without having to switch around many Pokemons around. I have a team for or at least a Pokemon for each one of them, plus a healer in the team most of the time. So I pick the team or things like that when it happens. Same thing for almost all the ingredients, or I'm sorry, for all the dishes. It helps to me wanting to go a little higher every single day when there's something going on in the game or when there's nothing going on in the game. Of course, I always have a healer in the team, so I go to my team selection. Most of the time, I'm running my Gardevoir, of course, because it is my strongest, more powerful Pokemon. And then just choose which Pokemon I'm gonna have. So I don't have really a assortment of teams because this one is just keeps changing every single time.
Yeah. So let me ask you,
Yes.
do you have like certain slots? So, like, based off of what you're trying to do during the week, for
Hmm.
example, do you slot one healer, one berry finding S, and then three ingredient finders? Or do you insert a skill Pokemon? Do you insert extra berry finders? Do you do zero berry finders? What do you do?
So based on the dishes that I want to do, depending on which one what will help me get to Master 3, which is technically the goal each week since you get a free instance out of the Pokemon of that week. I usually do my healer. That's a definite Pokemon that I need in the team because it does keep everybody healthy throughout the day. I go with at least one up to three. So from 1 to 3 ingredient finders. And then the last slot is usually the berry finder. So I can sneaky snack throughout the day or
All
even a
sneaky
night.
snacking.
Yes. Now, that's of course if I don't require to have all 4 of them to bring me the ingredients that I need because sometimes it's necessary. But since a lot of the Pokemons bring me all the ingredients at a bulk for a while, and a lot of the dishes that I make don't require me to have more than 15 to 20 ingredients per ingredient slot on the dish. There's sometimes I just switch up my other ingredient finders. So let's say my Venusaur that gives me the honey, I'll just switch it out with a Abomasnow to give me the eggs, and I'll leave that in there until I start running out of each one of them, while the other one stocks up throughout the week, even though I am making the dish every single time. That allows me to keep my healer and my berry finder in the team, so that way I can still get benefits from both of those. And pretty much that's usually how I play. I haven't really tried other styles of playing, like stray berry gatherers or stray.
So,
Uh,
so what is your goal during a non-event week?
my goal is just to get all the islands to go to high levels.
You're just trying to increase the level and whatever. There's no specific goal. You're not like, for example, trying to get more sleep styles. You're not trying to get more dream shards. You're not trying to catch more Pokemon. You're not trying to fill a gap in your ingredient list. You're not searching out a berry finding S Pokemon.
Correct, because most of the time, in a lot of the other sides of the gameplay, like uncovering dishes or even uncovering ingredients, those are already 100% completed. If I go to here, let me make sure that my team is not taken away. uh, if I go to my notes, you can see that I have 100% completed the notes, even with the new dishes introduced in the Valentine's Day event.
Nice.
That is
Uh,
my goal every single time a new ingredient or a new berry or even a new dish gets introduced. That's the very
yes.
first thing that I focus on. Just trying to complete that so I have it ready for reference, for other things, and to be able to power up as soon as possible. Could I make other dishes? I could, but I'm usually in high level islands that I always have to require to make the high level dishes most of the
Now,
time.
so your dish gameplay, do you make a dish for every meal of the day, no matter what?
Yes.
Or do you skip a meal?
The only time I skip a meal is because I want to make sure that I have the right correct amount of ingredients for that dish.
Right. So, like, how often does that happen, though?
Very rarely, actually.
Hmm.
I pretty much, even if I don't have it, I usually just make something that I can make at the time. Let's say next week, once it begins, I get salads, or
Hmm.
because that's probably my lowest dish that I can, or my weakest dishes I can make. And right now, I'm literally hovering with dessert dishes or dessert ingredients. So I can
You
pretty
know
much
what's
tell you
weird?
I'll
I
be
don't
making
think I've gotten curry in like 3 months.
really.
I just keep going between like salads and dessert, salad, dessert, salad, dessert.
Yeah. Now, if I go to curries, yeah, there's only one dish that's level 60, and everything else it's in the lower levels right now, low-ish levels at least.
Hmm.
I'm hoping for a rework in some way, shape, or form that makes dishes a little bit more potent if you actually do them more times than usual. But
I was hoping for something like to get some sort of reward for not just cooking the same thing every time.
yeah, I agree.
Like, well, once you level out of those lower level dishes, like the both of us, there's no reason to go back to them.
hmm That's true.
And
Unless you're really planning to reach max at 20 on all the islands,
well,
which
I mean,
is
even still though, you're not like going back to do the warm moo moo milk.
you never know. And here's the thing, making those dishes, the lower level dishes, even with, let's say, the tails or putting tails every single one of the dishes in the lower dishes, it's going to take you a while to get them to level 60. Those
Yeah.
dishes do require a lot. You need to make them for a lot of times
Mm-hmm.
to be able to
You
actually
need to
get
get a
to
lot of extra tasties to help you level it up too.
hmm which it could be another goal. Maybe we'll revisit it in the summer, and maybe we'll be like, hey, let's go ahead, unless there's an event, of course. Let's go ahead and make the lower dishes
Hmm.
be at whatever island we want to pick, and try to get them as high as possible so we don't forget about them.
And then I guess let's also talk about a new Pokemon is released, like Wooper, for example,
Mm-hmm.
are you going to, even if the Pokemon is quote unquote bad, are you going to seek it out and catch a bunch?
Yes, I feel like they'll have use at a later time.
Okay.
There's always something with each Pokemon. Even the one main skill that we don't use, which is the Dream Shards.
Mm-hmm.
Even during that Dream
There's
Shard
more than
event,
just one main skill that we don't use.
yep. They're useful in some ways, even if it gives you the one extra ingredient you need or the one extra berry that you need for power up or something. Each
Mm-hmm.
Pokemon has its niche. Of course, we won't use every single one because we have a full team every single week, anyways.
Mm-hmm.
But that's it. That's me.
All right. Well, I think that'll do it for this week's episode.
Woohoo! All right, it's time to go to sleep, Justin.
Yes. You can email us at sleepitoffpod@gmail.com. Voicemail, text, pictures, 732-835-8639. It's linktr.ee/Pokemon Professor Network. You can look for any of our links on the Pokemon Professor Network link tree.
Ooh. All right. Have a good night, Justin.
All right. Night.